Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? When I tell you, I almost quit reviewing Married to Medicine. This is ridiculous. This is not Baddies, Zeus Network, Love and Hip Hop, blah, blah, blah. Let me say that first. But, baby, honey, the way Heavily deserved to get mollywopped all over the premises of that ranch. Contessa, I'm disappointed that you've been doing all that bodybuilding and you had access to her. You didn't knock Jackie down on the ground, and Phaedra wasn't holding you back. She wasn't even touching you because ain't nobody trying to break their nails, fall on their butt, break a heel, ruin their look on television because of you. Oh my goodness. This was just a lot for no reason. Anyway, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. It's Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And thanks for joining me. You know, I recap all your favorite, not all, I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha and get into another episode of Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 5, Blow Up on the Ranch. Ciao. Do we like the title? No. It's cool, but it could have been better. Yeah, we'll get to, I don't even know. How about you rate this episode? Ugh. Child, for real, I'm gonna give it a 0. Real talk. Like Heavily just drop down in the comments, besties, and let me know what you rate this week's episode. And don't forget to like the video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure your notification bell is on, ding dong, so that you are updated each and every time I post content. Whew. So the ladies are headed to the Cowboy Carter, Beyonce, Fake Reject, Beyonce, Michelle Kelly, and all them other people that was a part of Destiny's Child photo shoot. Sweet Tea is up first. So she's holding a huge American flag. You know, she's waving it and everything. She's fully clothed. Remember, she is on her cycle. So that's why she got on pants, shirt, turtleneck, stockings, tights, socks, tennis shoes, boots. She not feeling good. She took some pills so she could get through the day. So kind of cute. The jeans got little cutouts, a little thigh action up under her butt. Okay, cute. She's a cute girl. So she gets a pass. So Jackie is posing, but she looks angry. Toya's like, fix your face. Think of the most handsome guy. Who's the most handsome guy? Child, she said, my husband. Toya said, really? Girl, no Denzel. No, who y'all like? Morris Chestnut, Method Man. Okay, she's older, so let's go back to Denzel and who else was cute? Eddie Murphy. Who else is that age? Sam Jackson. I'm not gonna say that, but who else? That light skinned guy with the green eyes with the curly hair. What was his name? Not Michael Ealy, but the older guy, Gary something. Anyway, she said Curtis, honey, and let her live in Delulu world, okay? So, who was next? I guess Toya. No, somebody. Oh no, who was on the wagon? Was it Doc? No, I guess so. Jackie was on the wagon. Shots came out nice. So, they all mad at Toya because Toya is running stuff, controlling, and being bossy. But you got to do that when you got to gather up all these people to do something. Quad's photos are kind of just, regular to me. I would expect it more, or maybe, so she was just under the flag. It was somebody must have been holding it, and she was under it posing. She was cute. Simone's pictures were whack. She ain't got it. She don't have that beautyism thing that start with an X and the word I can't say. S-E blank blank. No, 4 letters, start with a S, end with a Y. And X is in the middle. So she was just standing there. Okay, we'll come back to you, Simone. Heavenly is on a barrel, legs wide open. Hers were cute. And then in comes Honey. Alexa, cue any Beyonce music. She didn't hear me. Okay. So here comes Miss Chalet. And I like the name because it sounds like Miss Chalet, the singer from the 90s, Miss Chalet. She's on her horse, got on her flag dress, honey, channeling her inner Beyonce. And so she's here to help Toya direct the photo shoot. Nothing like a trans to come and make it do what it do, right? So she is a Beyonce tribute performer. So they showed flashbacks and videos of her performing and da. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Lots of work has been done, of course. Lots of makeup, hair, and all that. And so it's Contessa's turn. And so she's in these old stripper looking red boots, right? They tall. She can't walk in them. She trying, child. So she walks past Simone, Jackie, and Heavenly. And she says, y'all, my boots cost $250. Can you believe that? So Heavenly says, well, they look like they are size 12. And so Contessa says, shut your mouth. And so Heavenly gonna tell her, well, I know a lot about you, sis. And it's like, what condescending matter is that? Is that was that her disclaimer? Don't start none, won't be none. You gotta pick up on these little signs. Heavenly says she doesn't look tasteful. And I'm like, yes, she do. Don't be mad at that bodybuilder, honey. Contessa body is on pop, 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 pop. She looks good. The picture not going to tell us that she can't walk in them boots. She stood there, she posed with the help of Miss Chalet. She got that going, honey. Miss Chalet told her, relax, okay? Pop your hip out and pull from the vajayjay. Bam, pictures look good. She's in a red leotard, Beyonce. Leather jacket with the little shing-a-ling-a-ling-a-lings. Got the stripper boots on. Got her cowboy hat on. With that Beyonce wig we was trying to figure out last week. I knew where she was going with it with that ice white. She looked good. So it's Toya's turn, honey, and she is struggling. Miss Bossy can call the shots, but she can't take them. She can direct, but she can't take directions, honey. She's swinging that lasso in the air, and child, they like, poke your hip out. No, this hip, the left hip, not that hip, the other left. Look over here. Relax your face muscles. Do this. So after all that, she aced her look. Perfect. Phaedra gets in her picture. She has to arch her back in the photos with Toya. She's holding a lasso. It was cute. Here comes Simone again. This your second chance, girl. You better do it, do it, do it. So she's holding, I can't say the G word. She's holding 2 girlfriends, the bang bangs, the thing that bang bangs. In the hood, we call them girlfriends. So she's holding 2 of those. She joins Toya and Phaedra with the lasso, and so she's there. That's the best they can do for her. She was just like a little background singer for that photo. Perfect for Simone, because she said, I'm a doctor. I'm not, this ain't Vogue, and I ain't no model. So then Toya wants Heavenly and Sweet Tea to take pictures together. Come on, Toya, produce these girls, okay? Because they both wearing denim and they look cute. They dress it alike. They can't stand each other, but they do it for the pictures. Heavenly is a good sport. She like, I got this. I can do it. So they took their pictures and then they all took a group photo. And so the photo shoot was a big success. Back in Atlanta, okay, Cecil is over there teaching his boys how to cook. They're cooking, talking, chilling. This has to be right after they cleaned up. They did a good job. I saw with the little part of the apartment, we were just in the kitchen. It was clean. They know they was happy about that. But and so over at the furniture store, Dr. Damon has Zachary and Alora. They're both on their own journey, right? So Zachary is leaving the state to go to dental school. I guess he got to get his hours, do his intern, extern, whatever. And so they're looking for stuff. Allura is going into her sophomore year of college. Honey, she is over the roommate situation. She thugged through that freshman year. She was like, Ma, Pop, I need my own apartment. I can't do it. So, the baby, the spoiled brat, got her own apartment. So he's taking them to some upscale furniture store to buy stuff. And she don't even know that the board she picked up was a cutting board. She said, oh, that's what that is. I was like, oh. And I remember last season or whatever, Heavenly was in the kitchen trying to show her how to cook spaghetti. We'll get back to that scene later on. So remember that, y'all. Okay, so they're doing good. So Allura's going into her second year of college and Zachary's going off to dental school. Zachary tells his dad that he wants to be just like him because, dad really cares about his patients. So they all hug and they cry, and Dr. Damon is crying real tears, okay? And I thought to myself, oh, I live for these moments. I love it. I really like this about reality TV. We don't always have to be fussing and fighting. I like this. And I do understand it can't be 100% because it'll be boring. Whatever. I guess I'm getting older. I prefer the little drama, but I don't like, no, just a little. So I'm sitting there looking at them, right? And I just said to myself, none of them deserve Heavenly. None of them. And I'm going to start calling her Elaine. After today, she's going to be Elaine. That is her birth name. Her name is Elaine. And because I'm over her, I am so over Elaine. Anyway, so Eugene takes the boys to go make colognes because they are into smelling good. They like girls, you know what I'm saying? So, Pop's going to put you on, right? You got to smell good, right? So the lady that's helping them ask the boys, to describe Eugene's scents and what he likes. And they're like, and was it the youngest one? No, the one, I'm going to call him Toya Jr. That's, what is his name? Avery. And the younger one is Ashton. Ashton. Is that how you say it? Ashton. So he says fruity. I said fruity. Eugene looked like he wanted to say, pause the camera, please. Son, go outside. Let's go outside. We need to talk. But he got it thugging through. And then the youngest one, Ashton, says, old. Child, I would have just thumped him upside his forehead. They both look like Toya, but that Avery acts like Toya. And then Avery gonna say leathery. And so leathery is good. That's a masculine smell. Okay, but you gotta add stuff to it. And then I'm like, Eugene, don't get mad because if you're trying to attract women, we don't want to smell like farts and sweat and cigarettes. We want a little leather and a little fruit. Okay. You're wearing it to turn us on. You can't turn us on with it too masculine little boys. You're trying to attract females. Okay. And I'm like, sometimes it be your own kids just throw you under the bus and say what they got to say and embarrass you on camera and in public. Okay. So back over at the Whitmore boys, Michael asked Miles, is he missing anything? And he's like, nope. So he said, well, I'm missing my speaker. And so Cecil threw Simone under the bus, but your mama got it. Your mama took it. And so Michael says, his name, the youngest one is named Mike. He says their rates are not house cleaning rates. He says, y'all got doctor house cleaning rates. And he said what he gonna do is he wants some restitution for his emotional damage, for emotional damages. I said it's always the younger one that got the brain, that's witty. And Miles, he just go with the flow. He just real like, but honey, that Michael, honey, he is gonna fight for his right. So, Back at the cologne class, Eugene says Avery wears too much cologne. He just and so the younger one says, yeah, and the younger one says he turned heads at his school, honey. He was like, huh, all the ladies want me. So Eugene asks, does Avery's girlfriend like his cologne? And so Avery looking like, I don't know. She's supposed to. She didn't say nothing. I didn't ask. Is that what I'm wearing it for? He don't have a clue. Acts just like his mama. Hey Toya, you know what I mean, girl. So the scents he picked, the lady says these are girl magnets. So honey, they already got the game. They good. They got their game. These boys, they got it going on. Eugene, they more mature than you in that lane. They got it. They don't need you. Because you ain't got Eugene, you don't appear to have any swag. I think your swag came after you got out of dental. I mean, not dental, but your doctorate. I think that came after you became a doctor. I don't think you had any swag before the DR came in front of your name. So the producers asked Eugene and Toya, do they expect the boys to wait until college to make love? And Eugene says, well, at least the end of high school. Toya's like, no rush, no rush. And Eugene is like, well, you over there talking about his nuts. And he was like, she was like, yeah, because I want them to be able to come to me and talk to me. Like, yeah, like I want them to be open. Because we find out, honey, Toya lost her little virginity in ninth grade. And Eugene says his mama is watching and he is still a virgin. So now in class, Eugene trying to get his clap back about them kids. So he tell his younger son when he got done with his scent, his little cologne, he said, your cologne smell old. It smell like, your cologne is smells like somebody's old grandma. I was like, okay, Eugene, try again, but he already called you old, so you can't come back with grandma. And if he was on his P's and Q's, he should have said, I'm making this for you. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Thank you, girl. Back in the glam wagons, Jackie is talking to Curtis, and she hopes that Heavenly and Contessa talks. Uh-huh. And she hopes that she says that Simone and Quad, they haven't talked. And she's telling Curtis, Quad, she needs a lot of apologizing. Simone is talking to Cecil in her wagon and tells him that Contessa and Heavenly, they really need to have a meaningful conversation. And I'm like, says the woman who ain't talking to Quad. That hey, y'all ain't had y'all talk. Worry about yourself. I'm drinking coffee this morning, besties. What are you drinking? Huh? So, yeah, Simone, stop. And you could tell how Cecil, he was just waiting to hear if her and Quad talk, because Quad is his homegirl, but he probably already talked to Quad. Contessa's in her wagon talking to her kids over there being a hypocrite. The kids are fighting, and she tells them, when you're mad at someone, they have power over you. Oh, like you and Dr. Heavenly, Elaine? Huh? Hypocrite? Simone says her and Quad are setting the example of what a superficial friendship is because they just not even tripping off each other. So the ladies get to dinner, and Toya points out that once again, Sweet Tea and Heavenly are dressed alike. They both have on black, y'all. They got on black cowboy hats. They both have on matching belts or silver belts, black top, black bottoms. And so, they both looking at her like, shut up. But Toya wants, excuse me. Hold on, y'all. But Toya wants them to see that they may have some things in common. They do not agree. Then here come Beyonce, Miss Chalet. She comes, honey. She does her performance. We don't get to see it, of course. But I mean, I wanted to see a little bit. I mean, I know we can't hear the music, but I guess, honey, this is Beyonce's internet, honey, and Beyonce says no to all of that. Okay. So they all loved it, honey. Faye just said, honey, she was down. She had Beyonce down to the hair strands. I'm like, you mean the wig strands? We don't know what Beyonce hair looked like. But they said she did amazing. They said she performed exactly like Beyonce. And I'm like, I want to see. So Dr. Jackie wants hips like hers. And so okay, let me stop. Miss Chalet tells her, girl, you got to stop all that exercise and eat a biscuit. And then the other ladies, they chime in. A whole bunch of people said at the same time, cornbread. And then somebody else said, and potatoes. And so I'm like, now y'all, key. But y'all know darn well that she went to the doctor and got a lot of work done. She's a transgender man, okay? Or woman. She's a transgender woman, okay? So come on, Dr. Jackie. You out of all people know how she got her hips. And she do look good. Like, she do look good, child. Oh, she do look good. She do look good. Okay. Whew. Did I say she looked good? She looked good. So Jackie, she been hanging around Heavenly a long time and she's picking up bad habits. So she gonna say, well, for some people, the cornbread falls in the wrong places. Oh, Dr. Jackie. Now, wait a minute. That comment wasn't even necessary. Oh my goodness. What's getting ready to happen? Dr. Jackie about to either get more litty or what? What's going on? So in Quad's confessionals, that was funny. I thought it was funny. She said she ain't talking about me because my cornbread is packed nicely. She must be over there talking about her friend Heavenly. I said she is. But child, Heavenly went to the doctor too. So you talking about the old Heavenly from seasons ago? When did Heavenly get on him? Season 2? Season 3? Because she done had work done too, honey. That butt ain't hers. I think she took it, took it from this, took it from here, took it from over here, took it from him. She need to take the fat out of her mouth and stick it in her butt. That's what she needs. She need to. Oh, we gonna pray for we gonna pray for Elaine. I don't even want to call her Heavenly no more because that name just don't even go. And I'm not trying to be that, but she is Elaine. So Quad. So why is your cornbread so packed up nicely? Have you been to the doctor too, honey? So Beyonce, Miss Chalet tells them to love on each other because we all we got. Toya says, well, they kind of do their things differently. They practice forgiveness differently. They say sorry, but they're empty sorries. They just like to say the word. So, honey, Beyonce and Miss Chalet is looking like, okay, I gotta go, y'all. Next, I gotta go to my next city for my next tour. Bye, y'all. She was like, I ain't got time for this. I don't know how to know. I'm out of here. So, they said, Jackie, I'll get to that. So Toya tells Quad a lot of apologies came to her, because like they said they just don't want it with you. Like they just don't want to go back and forth. They don't want to get it going with you. Dr. Jackie apologized to her before and said, and gave her a blank check. So that means I'm going to apologize to you for whatever I have done that hurt you. You fill in the blanks. So here's a blank check. You can write in what you want and just know I apologize for all of those things. Ain't that some mess? What? You ain't gonna blank apology me, Kappa. And so, Toya is like, she's calling out Dr. Jackie and she don't care. She can do it because ain't nobody else gonna do it. So Quad said, wait a minute, but what you talking about? Empty promise, empty this and empty that. Y'all ganged up on me. Y'all tried to bury me. You drew blood at the table. She talking about Napa. And when that wasn't enough, you turned around and jabbed me some more in the hotel room. And then, I bled out. Toya is like, you did what? You did what? What you say you did? So Toya laughing because she's trying to keep everything light. And this is her way. So she's laughing in her face because she said, Quad is so dramatic. So Toya tells her she hurts too. She hurts others. And so Quad looking like, wait, like that, like, can I get my moment? Like, girl, will you be quiet? Like, what? So they all decide to sit down and they can continue talking because they ready to eat, right? So Quad says these women want everyone to be accountable but themselves. Interesting point. Quad and Simone talking about Napa. They going back and forth and back again. Simone doesn't agree that she needs to apologize about Napa because she meant what she said. And so what she had said was Quad don't fool with them when they're not filming. Like they're not real friends. Quad treats them like co-workers. Like she don't come around. You don't hear from Quad until they're filming. And so, Simone said that's disingenuous, and she's not, she's standing 10 toes down on that. Toya says, well, they didn't want her to leave Napa. And her Quad said, you a lie. She said, and nobody stood up for me. And Toya says, well, she doesn't stand up. You don't stand up for others. And Quad said, I stood up for Heavenly about that when we was at Contessa's house at that social media intervention. I stood up for her. Toya says, well, Heavenly is the only person you stand up for. You don't do that for Contessa. Heavenly said, I beg your pardon. And so Quad just got back. So here go Heavenly. Heavenly is like, well, golly, like me and Quad just got back cool. Like, can I have 2 or 3 friends in this group? Like, dang, Toya, like let it like chill. So Contessa tells Quad she stood up for her at Heavenly's crab boil when they all ambushed her. Sweet Tea tells Quad she and Heavenly ambushed her on social media. And so Quad looked at her and she said, I apologize. I did mimic you. I did. Sweet Tea asked, why are you so angry though? Because, Quad is on 10. And so I'm like, but Sweet Tea, are you not sitting at the same table as these ladies? These girls are going in on Quad. Are you slow or did you doze off? Are you daydreaming or did you fall asleep? Like, are you not at the table sitting in front of her? They are all ridiculing her about stuff. She is trying to defend. She in defense mode, okay? So they said, it's a lot going on at the table. Like, aren't you sitting here? So she said, maybe Quad could have, and I'm thinking, well, maybe Quad could have brought her tone down a little because, yeah, how are you all hyphy trying to apologize to somebody almost hollering at them? But she wasn't, but I didn't see it like that. But I'm not Sweet Tea, and Sweet Tea is entitled to the way she feels, honey. So they squashed that. So, and it was a lot going on, and it just gets worse. So Toya asked, does Sweet Tea accept her apology? She getting ready to shake her head and say yes. She was going to accept Quad's apology. But here go Heavenly, butting in. She's like, oh, this is fake. And so Contessa is sitting next to Heavenly, and she asks, is it? And Heavenly says, and yeah, and y'all don't have nothing in common. So what y'all trying to be friends for? This all fake. So Contessa said, well, she has a good heart. Well, Heavenly Elaine is like, oh, I think it's fake. And Quad told me it was fake too. Quad over there like, wait, what? Like, wait a minute. Contessa tells Quad that Heavenly said she has a fake friendship with Sweet Tea. Heavenly saying Quad said it. No, Heavenly says Quad said it and it didn't make no sense. Like this just don't make no sense. They trying to be friends. And I think she's talking about episode 1 when Heavenly went over to her house and dropped the darn vase outside in the driveway. I think that's when they was talking in. So Quad got her hand on her forehead because she just don't believe this mess. It'd be a lot when you hearing all this stuff just it just mentally it's exhausting. So Quad she says she doesn't know her and was trying to get to know her. Contessa asks, well, who's lying? Is it you or is it you? And she keep going, you or you, Quad or her. Heavenly gets up and tells Contessa, you gonna stop pointing your finger at me. You better stop yelling at me. Yell at your husband because that's who you're mad at. Wait, what? Why does this girl always got to talk about husbands? But I'm going to tell you, Contessa answers my question later. Because she said, I'm going to just go ahead and say it because I might not remember. Contessa said that Heavily pays Damon to stay. We'll get to that in a minute. So, yell at your husband because that's who you're mad at. So this is why Heavenly Elaine needs her tail tapped. Somebody needs to punch, hit, smack, two-piece her, Cheech and Chong her. She deserves it. She deserves it. And I am not condoning violence. Now this is where things go left. Because you didn't threw up her husband, and those are off limits. Husbands are off limits. Kids and husbands and mothers, and Heavenly went for all of it. They both did, but Heavenly started it. I'm talking about this because we know Contessa's not innocent. She never said she was. She has said and done some stuff, but you try being friends with Heavenly. You know, I've heard some people in the YouTube streets, well, Contessa did this, but Contessa did that, but Contessa did this. You try being Heavenly's friend. You try and see how you make it out. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the girlfriend. So, here go Contessa. She's up. You think my husband is abusive? Sweet Tea says Heavily is abusive. I wasn't talking to you. Don't talk to me. Contessa tells Heavenly her only friend is her daughter and says you buy her and you buy all your other friends. You bought her that half beauty supply store. Okay, stop, besties. What is a half beauty supply store? Was it something else on the other side? Was it a gas station and a beauty supply? What was the other? How do you get a half of a beauty supply? So what is she trying to say? Like it wasn't full? She only had some of this and not all of that? Oh, girl. That's a tough industry to get into too, because honey, them Asians got that on lock. Okay. She said you got her a half beauty supply store and that failed. Your kids don't like you. Oh no. Your husband don't either. Oh no. And y'all sleep in different bedrooms. Oh no. So you know she's not lying. Because this is that thing where this is where you go in low. Okay, you guys used to be friends because everybody swear they in love. You used to be friends, you know all her business, and now you're throwing it out at her. And there's a limit. Like you can fall out with a friend and you can become an ex-friend, but there's just some things you just should not share. There's things you can talk about, but there are things you should not talk about. And it's this kind of stuff. Like, don't talk about the husband and the kids and the mama. Don't talk about this, don't do that. Anyway, baby, all I gotta say is there is no getting back if it was me involved, if I was Heavenly or Contessa. So back to the fight. Okay. So you bought her house. Okay, so your husband, y'all sleep in different rooms. Oh, and here goes the cherry on top, y'all. You ready? And at least I ain't got to worry about a whole bunch of mixed babies running around here with the last name Kimes. Whoa. Whoa. And all Heavenly could say was, well, your husband is abusive. So remember last season when Heavenly was, I think this was the episode when Heavenly was in the kitchen with Laura cooking that spaghetti. There was some infamil in the cabinet in the kitchen. You know, Heavenly has some clear cabinet doors, and you can see there was some infamil in those cabinets. So is that what we're talking about? Elaine, are you a stepmama girl? Is there a baby running around here, half breed? But when she said a mixed baby, then I was thinking that could be her oldest child because I think Zachary is the younger son. But maybe, because they're at the age of having kids, and all this generation, they are mixing these babies, honey. My grandbaby is half white, so uh Damon, is it your kid or is it your son's? Can y'all clear this up? We needed a confessional right there. We need a confessional from Damon right there. Let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe it's Damon's, maybe it's the older son. Because it could be Zachary's, I guess. It could be a Lord. Okay. We're gonna leave that alone. So Quad goes, gets her a shot. She can't, she like, hey, give me a shot of anything. It can be bourbon, whiskey, gin, juice, vodka, tequila. Give me something. I need something. And Phaedra goes over there with her. And so she tells Phaedra, this is worse than the funeral home. And I was like, Quad, don't you ever lay in no casket again until your eyes are closed and your last breath has been taken. Don't you ever do that mess again. But back to the ranch. Here go Heavenly's only comeback. Well, you can kiss my ain't beep. All right, kiss my butt. All while now her boobs are hanging behind under her shirt, child. She got under boob going. And they were cute. The little scene they showed. I was like, look at it, they all sitting up. Look at that work that doctor did to them things. They sitting up perky as they wanted to be. Because that woman, we might be the same age, honey. Mines don't sit like that. So they all hovering around her, trying to fix her wardrobe malfunction, and Contessa still yelling over there, why y'all defending her? See how y'all defending her? And now it's Quad's turn. So did you say that? So Sweet Tea talking, she trying to talk, ain't nobody listening to her. And Heavenly said, they bonding together because they husbands ain't crap. Oh my goodness. Now you want to get jumped by Sweet Tea and Contessa. So right then and there, besties, I said in their contract with Bravo, they know they can't put hands on each other. I don't think there's been two housewives in the Bravo universe that has had a fight. I don't think they touched, right? Kenya and Portia, but besides Portia, but they don't fight. Because, baby, there's no way somebody's going to come for two women at the same time. You ain't that bad, Heavenly. Elaine. And everybody just stops. And Toya never got up from the table because she's tired. She's been directing a photo shoot all day. She's tired and she's hungry. So she just sit at the table like, oh goodness. So now Jackie is trying to calm Heavenly down. Don't do this. Don't say that. Be quiet. Shh. Don't. ST is like, you gotta, and I'm telling, and Sweet Tea still trying to get her little say in. And I'm like, Sweet Tea, baby, you need to work on your clapbacks. You gotta hang around Phaedra and learn how to clap back some because none of your little clapping back landed. What are you even talking about? So Simone is trying to calm Sweet Tea down, and they go over there where Toya's sitting. Okay. Heavenly tells Contessa, well, your husband is a cheater, and you know it. We all know it. It's out there. We know it. And Contessa said, what that got to do with you? And so Heavenly's like, not beep, not crap. Then why are you mad about my marriage? Good question, Contessa. Why are you mad? I ain't mad. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I didn't make no vows with you. So now Phaedra and Jackie are playing bouncer security guards trying to keep Contessa down. And guess who's on the ground now? Jackie is on the ground. But she never says that Contessa pushed her. But they showed a picture. And it's pretty much Contessa when she broke away from Phaedra and Jackie's holdback. Was that Phaedra? I think that was Quad. It was Quad and Jackie. When she broke away from them, Jackie tumbled, but I don't know if they're gonna address it later at the reunion or whatever. And so Toya is like, I want everybody to sit down. The whole point of this, we need to have dinner. Toya wanted them to argue at the table while everybody could still be eating. She didn't want them to be getting up, running all over the ranch like they getting ready to do something because Contessa, you could have gotten to Heavenly if you wanted to. When you broke away from Jackie and Quad, you stopped and stood there next to Phaedra. She was not holding you back. She was standing next to you. And you stopped walking while they was trying to get Heavenly away from you. You could have got her right then and there. So I know that there's something in their contract where they can't hit each other. And I mean, we don't want to see that, but Heavenly deserved that this time. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So Contessa tells them, choose your arguments wisely. Don't bring nothing about nobody's husbands and not my kids. And so Heavenly is like, I told you to shut up and you took my advice and then you got mad at me. So they go back and flashback to when Heavenly was talking to Contessa and telling her, like, stop talking about your marriage and your husband if you're going to stay with him. Like, if you're going to stay there throughout the abuse and then I think it's just like emotional abuse when she was trying to go to school to better herself and he was mad about that. And if he cheated, okay, he cheated. So Heavenly is like, if you're going to stay, then stop talking about it. And so she said, you took my advice and you came back the next season, then you was mad at me. And so she just said, your mama's stupid. It just came out of nowhere. Your mama's stupid? What? What are you talking about? Where does that, like, Heavenly needs to be, she needs some care. Who's a psychiatrist? Oh, no, he ain't going to work with her. She needs therapy. Where do you get off talking about somebody's husband and then go to their mama, their deceased mother? So she's like, my mother's stupid? Yes. The mother that passed away in 2010? Yes. My mother is stupid. The one that passed away in 2010? Yes. You're a dum-dum. Contessa asked one more time, you're saying my mother's stupid that died in Yes, Contessa. So Contessa is giving her time to take it back. And Heavenly does not. Now I'm like, just like Phaedra said, where I'm from, yeah, go on and beat her. She needs her butt whooped. Yes. So Contessa says, square up, H.O. Square up, H.O. And Heavenly says, oh, crap. Security. Child, please. And I think that should have been the name of the show. Oh, security. Really? Heavenly, you talked all that head. You talked all that talk, and you didn't think you was going to get beat up or try to get beat up? You didn't think that? Contessa has always shown us that she about that. She could, she don't, she will, Contessa has let us know, honey, she's down for that. She will fight. She will fight. And she's a bodybuilder, so now the girl ain't nothing but a big old muscle. Girl, you better leave Contessa alone. But she wasn't gonna do nothing. She could have got away. So Toya's telling Dr. Jackie to go get on the golf cart because if you leave, then Heavenly's gonna leave. So Contessa calls Heavenly a clown and she pays Damon to stay. And I'm like, maybe that is true. Because Heavenly ain't defending nothing. She ain't denying nothing. Because it can't just be love while Dr. Damon is there. He ain't that much in love that he don't see how crazy this woman is. So, hey, maybe that's why he was really crying at the furniture store. He was like, free me, kids. Free y'all leaving me. Y'all empty nesting. And I got to be dealing with your mama without y'all. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. Because Alora's the youngest and she's gone. So, yeah, life is rough for him. That's why he in the other bedroom. So Contessa knocked Dr. Jackie on the floor, but they ain't said. Jackie goes to the golf cart like Toya told her. Heavenly goes too, just like Toya said. And Jackie is telling her to be quiet because she's still talking crap. She is still talking crap. And she was like, shh, be quiet, stop. She told her to do everything but shut up. And maybe she did say shut up. And so Heavenly's like, she still won't shut up. You fail. I didn't do that. So Jackie is crying. She's like, will you please just stop? So Heavenly tells Jackie, ooh, don't do this now, Jackie. And so Contessa's like, and y'all defended her, and y'all defended her. And Toya and Jackie say they in love. Quad and Phaedra said, I ain't defended. Phaedra said, I ain't defended nobody. Quad said, I ain't defended her. So Quad is trying to apologize for what Heavenly said to Contessa, but Contessa can't hear it because Contessa is still on 3,000. And she's just like, I'm taking all these buckles off the table, but this old punk party y'all threw. They all laughing it out because they all trying to make light of the situation. And she was like, this is how friendship is. I can't do this group. And so I said, well, maybe Contessa will leave. When they get back, maybe we won't see her. It's time to go because there is nothing else that me and Elaine needs to talk about. There will be nothing left to say, Miss Elaine. So that was the end of the episode, honey. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Maybe Contessa will leave and maybe Contessa will come back to the show when Heavenly is not there, or maybe, I don't know, maybe, but they say they in love, so maybe they'll be friends because everybody keeps saying that they are so much, they have that kind of relationship. So maybe they can work it out, but baby, it wouldn't be me. Bye, bestie.